Good morning and welcome to Morning Coffee. Let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday morning. We are still getting a little snow. So, oh God, good morning, everybody. And thank you, Bambi, for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see, who do we have here? We have Jesse Roth. Good morning, sweetie. Carmen is a bitch. Good morning. Kelly, good morning. Crazy Cat Mama, good morning. Bambino, hi Bambi, thank you. Mare, good morning. Grass Toucher, good morning, sweetie. Christopher Fan, always good morning. Big Bad Wolf, welcome, good morning. Rhodey Gale, good morning, good morning, good morning. Melinda, good morning. Gamecock Jenny, it was so nice being on panel with you this morning, Gamecock, good morning. Just Doom. Just Dom. Doom, the power of faith. Good morning. Corn's mom. Good morning. Babs Bunny. Girl, how you be? How you been? Good morning, Babs. Gwen Branson. Good morning, sweetie. Give my baby a kiss for me. Hi, sweet potato. Hi, Addie's mom. Ooh, my goodness. Hold on. What else? Okay. I think we got everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So I've been in this hibernation stage, right? So I've been watching stuff. I go between Netflix and HBO, and I've been finding new channels on YouTube and everything. So I've been checking those out. Um, Happy birthday. Yeah, okay. Happy birthday at Corn's mom. Happy birthday at Gamecock Jenny. Hold on a second. Let me see what my birthday list is. Hold on. I'm glad you put that there. Let me see. Happy birthday to my niece today. Happy birthday. That's right, because Gamecock Jenny and my niece's birthday is on the same day. Happy birthday. My sister's birthday was the 8th. My daughter-in-law was the 8th. I had somebody else's birthday that I wrote down and I didn't want to forget. Can't find it. Oh, Marcia's birthday is coming up on the 12th. That's what it was. Marcia's birthday is coming up on the 12th. Good morning, Yasmina. Good morning, EXO. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. You still in mourning? Babs Bunny, you still in mourning? Is that like mourning for a loss of a loved one, or is still mourning where you? I'm trying to make sure I understood that. Girl, I know it's your birthday all month long. We got you covered. We have you covered. Hold on, I need to get a Tylenol. I really do. Well, Motrin. Hold on, my head is. Hold on, my head is pounding, so I need to take something for my headache. That's what woke me up. Good morning, Snake. How are you? Good morning. Snake, did you hear that I'm in an affair with Jimmy because he spoke to me? I don't know if you heard about that, Snake, but I called in and Jimmy spoke to me, so we're in an affair. Okay. All right. I'm ready. So there's a docuseries right now on HBO that's documenting the story of Carol Stewart. Good morning, Heath. I don't know if you guys remember. Snake. Snake. Yeah, I called in and he was nice to me. He asked me, where's my name? Where am I calling from? And then he said, hi. So, we're in a affair. But it's a secret, so don't tell anybody. Okay. Please don't tell anybody because he wants to keep it on the down low. Okay, so I'm here. But Carol Stewart, I don't know if you guys remember that case. It took place in Boston. Her husband said they were hijacked in the Mission District. And I feel sorry for people on the road this week. What's going on? I have to drive to my storage unit and begin clearing it out. And I have no tolerance for holiday drivers. Good morning, Just Beetle. So anyway, HBO has a 3-part docuseries on this. And I don't know if you guys remember the case, but this caused an uproar in Boston. Okay. Boston, I've been there several times. I traveled to Boston on business. And every time I went, there was a lot of, how do I put it? Good morning, Lolly and Pops. There was a lot of racism there. And there was. I witnessed it firsthand while I was there. It wasn't directed towards me, but some of the people that I was with, because they were of darker skin, they were treated a certain way. And when this kicked off, Chuck Stewart called and said that they were shot. So I went and I dug up that 911 call. I dug it up. So let me just stop. I'm going to play it for you guys so you can hear it. He said he and his wife were shot. Now, at the time, Carol was pregnant. Okay? Carol was pregnant. They were what you would call middle class. He worked as a manager at a fur shop. She was an attorney. They had it going on. When this happened, this caused an uproar in Boston. It was open season on Black people. It was open season on Black people. He said that a Black man had jumped into his car. I think it was a Crescent at the time because I had one. And he just shot Carol in the head and he shot him in the stomach. Now, if you're going to carjack somebody, the man that's driving would be the first one that I'm going to shoot in the head, or maybe not even shoot, but and then shoot the wife. But you shot the wife in the head. A Black man. And I remember when this story happened, and then when Susan Smith's story happened, I think she took that scenario from this case. Okay, Susan Smith was the one that said that a Black man stole her car, and she had the 2 babies in there. And first of all, a Black man is not going to steal your car with 2 kids in there, because a lot of times they don't want to take care of their own damn kids. And I said that way back when, so I knew she was lying then. Good morning, Jenny O. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yes, she did. When I heard that story, I'm like, wait a minute, what? A Black man took your car with your babies in it. Now, at the time, I think she had an 18-month-old. Well, they were 18 months and 3 years old, I think. Beautiful little boys. So a Black man stole your car with your 2 kids in the car. Got you, girl. Got you. So, and I'm going to get back to Carol Stewart. It was like open season. The police, the mayor, the governor, everybody outraged. They were going through Black neighborhoods. They were kicking in doors because this white man stated a Black man shot his wife in the head and him in the stomach. When I heard that shit, I said, first of all, was the wife driving the car? No, she wasn't. Oh, and stole her jewelry too. And I said, Why would they shoot the wife in the head if they're carjacking you? They're coming to your side of the car. Why are they going to shoot your wife in the head and just you in the stomach? So, oh yeah, she went on camera. She was crying her eyes out, but we're going to get to her too. It was just open season. It was like hunting season. Okay. So you had this one man that was squatting in this apartment building. He had a job. Oh, he said he had an Adidas. Was it Adidas? An Adidas jogging suit. There was this one guy that was squatting in this apartment building, and they found a jogging suit that was soaking in some water. They arrested him, and they were just really bad. But the guy said that he couldn't eat because they were spitting in his food. He couldn't sleep because they were banging on his cell all the time. Then they arrested another guy, and they held him for the longest. They had nothing on him. Nothing on him. It was, and I'm gonna say it again, it was open season on Black people. They did dragnets, is what they did. It was just it was crazy. He shot his wife, shot himself. Wife was pregnant. Wife gave birth. She died shortly after that, and the baby died about 17 or 18 days later. Hi, Pam Labar. Welcome. Hi, Undercover Dung. How are you? Christoph fan always. Susie, hi. It's absolutely the people would blame a Black person knowing damn well that. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, Snuggle Bunny. Thank you. So, this went on for a couple of months. So this happened in October. Went on. I mean, they went all out. They hired 100 extra officers. This was just ridiculous. Good morning, Breezy Girl. They hired more people. Good morning, Wendy. I see you guys coming in. I'm sorry if I missed some of you, but I'm not. Good morning, Colin. Good morning. So, Rebecca, I see Just Beetle said good morning. I have to concentrate. I got to get my train of thoughts. I got little notes here, so I got to keep my train of thought. Now, with that, we find out that, his brother comes forward in January and say, oh, no, that's not what happened. I helped my brother. He took the gun. Carol's jewelry. He helped him. Let's play that 911 call. And I want you to pay attention to this 911 call. I want to know if you hear what I heard the first time they actually released this. I want to know if you hear what I heard. Let me get to this 911 call. And I'm saying fair use because I found it on Rescue 911. I put the description in my thumbnail. So let me get it and let me go back. Let's play it.
On the night of October 23rd, 1989, a number of violent crimes were committed in the city of Boston, but only one would capture the attention of people across the nation, fascinating them with its unanswered questions and chilling them with its inhuman cruelty. At 8:43 p.m., a man on a car phone called into the Massachusetts State Police's special cellular emergency line. Dispatcher Gary McLaughlin took the call.
State Police Boston recorded an emergency 510.
My wife's been shot. I've been shot.
Where is this, sir?
I have no idea. I'm off. I've been coming from Tremont, Brigham and Women's Hospital.
Two shooting victims in Tremont Street area in Boston. I went over to my desk at that time and picked up an extension phone of that cellular line
Immediately, Sergeant Dan Grabowski contacted the Boston City Police.
And I picked up the hard line to Boston PD. It's a direct hard line to the police turret, which is to their communication section.
Boston Police Dispatcher Brian Cunningham stayed on the line, but could send no help for the shooting victims until he got their location.
Straight through Huntington Ave.
Where are you right now, sir? Can you indicate to me?
No, I don't know. He made us go to an abandoned area.
Okay, sir. Can you see out the windows? Can you tell me where you are, please?
No. I don't know. I don't see any signs. Oh, God.
Are you near Brigham and Women's Hospital?
No, we went straight through.
What kind of car do you have, sir?
Pardon me?
What kind of vehicle do you have?
Toyota Cressida.
Toyota Cressida?
Yep, it was a Cressida.
Are you in the city of Boston, though?
Yes.
Can you give me any indication where you might be? Any buildings?
No.
Okay, has your wife been shot as well?
Yes. In the head.
In the head?
Yeah, I ducked down.
How long ago did you leave Brigham and Women's, sir? In what direction did you leave?
2 minutes, 3 minutes. Oh, man.
3 minutes from.
Did you hear that, right? He said his wife was shot in the head. Do you hear this man crying? Is this man upset? Listen to this man. Listen to him.
Brigham and Women's Center.
Okay, sir, bear with me now. Stand by. Stay on the phone with me.
We were flying by the seat of our pants, for me anyway,
Pistol
with this
Captain
particular mission. There was nothing
Brain
that could have
Fried.
prepared you for this particular type of call. This guy, this individual, this victim saying, I've been shot, my wife's been shot. I've got one problem. I don't know where the hell I am.
What's your name, sir?
Stuart, Chuck Stewart. Should I try to drive up to the corner to the street?
If you can drive, sir, without hurting yourself, yes, if you could. Just try to give me a cross street. If you can drive, give me any
morning,
street indication to
Valencia.
stay there. I'll get someone right
Good
to you.
morning, welcome.
He took the keys, but I have a spare set. Oh, man.
Bear with me, Chuck. I'm going to get someone to you.
He said he took the keys. He took the keys. He took the keys. Now, he's trying to hijack your car, but he shoots you guys, and he takes the keys. Got you. Okay.
Hang in with me now.
All right. I'm at a place. Oh, I can't read it.
Just try to read it, Chuck.
I'm coming up to an intersection, but there's no
Toyota Cressida. What color's your car, buddy?
street sign. Blue.
Blue Toyota Cressida.
Yeah.
Okay, Chuck. So try to give me a street sign.
Intersection.
Okay, Chuck. Is your wife breathing?
Just feel gurgling. There's a busy street up ahead. Oh, man. I'm trying.
When he asked him, was his wife breathing? I didn't hear him say a word. Good morning, JL. I miss you. I thought you dumped me, JL. I thought you dumped me. I was crying. I was really crying. I'm glad to see you. And I'm sorry to hear about your family problems. Is it about your aunt? Okay.
Running onto a busy street. I recognize where I am now. Should I drive to the hospital?
Just tell me what the street is, Chuck.
I'm pulling over. Tremont Street.
Now, he said he took the keys. How is he pulling over? Because at that time, you don't have the keys in your car is not going to be moving. Okay? Not going to be moving.
Tremont Street?
I can't hear you.
Chuck.
We had Huntington Avenue, Tremont Street, which were both lengthy streets. We had no idea other than that.
That's Huntington and Tremont. I've worked in Rock Street for about 5 or 6 years. I knew all the areas, alleys, most of the doorways, hallways in that area. I put the Bravo 101, the Bravo 104, and the Bravo 201 on call.
He dispatched police to the general vicinity. Chuck.
Yes.
Where are you, buddy?
Tremont Street.
And what else?
Cash sign.
Tremont Street and what sign? Hang in with me, Chuck. Can you hear me? Chuck.
Yeah.
Tremont Street where?
I don't know. I'm in front of K.
K what?
Oh, man.
Hang in, Chuck. Come on with me now. Chuck, I need you to help me a little bit, and I'll get assistance to you right away. We're on the way, Chuck. Chuck.
Yeah.
Can you?
Man, I'm going to pass out.
Can you open the door?
I'm going to pass out.
Can you open the window?
I'm blanking out.
You can't blank out on me. I need you,
He's
man.
blacking out. He's telling him he's blacking out.
Interested. My wife has stopped gurgling. She stopped breathing.
All right, Chuck, I'm going to get assistance to you, buddy. Open the door. Talk to someone on the street.
Despite his articulate behavior, we were losing him to a point where you could tell he was obviously losing blood, getting a little shocky on us. Time was your enemy. You're in a battle of time.
Open
the door and talk to anyone that passes by, my friend. All right, there's no one by. Anybody at all. I want to talk to somebody, find out exactly where you are.
Good morning, Sally.
All right. All right, brother. Man. Oh. You hang in there with me. We're going to take care of this now. Help's on the way. Talk to me, Chuck. Oh. Where were you shot, Chucky? Chuck?
No, he's
Chuck.
fading out. He's faded out. We'll get nothing from him at all. Nothing.
Chuck. Chuck.
Hi, Michelle.
Chuck, are you there?
We heard body movement in the vehicle. We heard breathing in the vehicle. We believe the victim to still be with us. So all we had was verbal stimulus in an attempt to rouse him and give him some.
Now, my thing is, when was this? Was that when his brother showed up to get the to actually get the gun and to get her jewelry, or did he make that call after the fact? Did he make that call after the
I'm
fact?
trying to let him know that we were still plugging for him. It was difficult. That was my most difficult part of the mission, was when we lost verbal communication. When he blacked out.
Bullshit.
Chuck Stewart. Chuck, can you hear me?
Minutes passed, and still Charles said
Chuck,
nothing.
pick up the phone, Chuck. Hey, wait a minute. You get sirens over there? You hear the siren? I can hear a siren.
Yeah, Boston, we just heard a siren on the cellular line. I advised the dispatcher at the Boston turret, there had to be a cruiser right within the immediate area
1989.
for me to hear that siren. He shut down all the
October of
sirens
1989.
of all the sector cars that he had out there.
Negative. Negative on the siren.
And then one by one had each vehicle turn their siren on.
Chuck, pick up the phone. They're putting on individual sirens.
Browse 2-1, your siren's on.
No siren there. No, we're not getting anything now.
Bravo 2-1, shut off your siren. Bravo K1, sound your siren.
Not yet, no siren.
Bravo K1, shut off your siren. Bravo 1-4, sound your siren.
I think it was like the fourth or fifth car that we did hear the siren. You're right there, right on top of when we hear the siren, loud, real loud, right there.
St. Alphonsus.
What he did is flood that sector with vehicles. In a matter of, I don't know, seconds, they found the car.
Okay, they can. You located them. You've got it.
When the police finally arrived, it was just a total relief that he does have help there now, and it's out of our hands.
When we continue,
He was saying,
So, okay.
my wife, how's my wife? And I didn't know how.
Okay, so that was the 911 call. Okay, so all of this is going on, but during that same time, there was so many Redrums in Mission Hill with Black people. They never ever got this much media attention. But as soon, and I said the same thing about Gabby Petito, I'm going to keep saying it. The minute a white woman, and I'm going to say it, no offense, the minute a white woman is attacked or aimed, and let them say a Black person did it, all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose. Good morning, Real Deal. Great avatar. Oh, Harmony did that avatar for me. Pick me, good morning. Yes, Harmony did that. I love it. So it was outrage, total outrage. You had Boston reporters that were Black, and they were feeding into the same BS. No one stopped to question, why would they shoot the wife in the head? She's not driving. And only shoot the husband in the stomach. No one stopped to question that. No one, as soon as they heard a Black man try to hijack them in Mission Hill. Why the fuck was he in Mission Hills? He said that was an accident. He got off and bullshit. Bullshit. I never believed that story when I first heard the bullshit. And the fact that now HBO is covering this, it made me pissed off all over again. So then, all of this is going on. They are going through these neighborhoods, arresting all these Black people. I got that one guy's name. Hold on. William Bennett. William Bennett. His daughter was 6 or 7 years old when they raided their home. Wait a minute. And don't say Heidi is a racist. Wait a minute. Because it's absolutely impossible for a Black person to be racist. Educate. Is Jim Bailey in here? Oh, JL. Is Jim Bailey in here? If she is, knock her the fuck out. But I think I have her blocked. Anyway, his name was William Bennett. It's one of the guys. It wasn't a guy that was squatting. It's a man that was in his home with his family. They were doing these dragnets. They kicked open this man's apartment. That's the one I was telling you about. They held him, and he ended up doing time for an armed robbery. And I think he did, I don't know, 10 or so years, but he had nothing to do with that murder, that Redrum, nothing. But they went in there, kicked in the door. His young children were in there, and I remember they were talking to his daughter, and she said, just having the name of Bennett associated with that case. Oh, okay. It was really, really bad. So when the brother goes to the police station, now, I don't know why he didn't go to the police station before. They're dragging people out their homes. They're hiring all these extra officers. They're beating Black people because your brother said a Black man shot his wife in the head, shot him in the stomach. And let's not forget, Carol was pregnant. She was pregnant. I can understand the uproar, but no one actually stopped to think. No one stopped to think. They went by, and you have to investigate. You have to look at everything, not just take the word of someone. And that's the problem. We take people's words with no proof, no nothing. And I know back then there were no cameras and all of that stuff. I understand that. But his brother Matthew went to the police in January of 1990. Now, this went on from October, November, December. January, right after New Year's, his brother goes to the police and says, hey, no, Stuart shot himself and his wife for the insurance money. He staged it to look like a carjacking. And he actually wanted his brother's help to dispose of the gun and Carol's jewelry. Right after Stuart went to the police station, right after Matthew went to the police station, that next morning, the coward jumped off that, what is it? It's the Tobin Bridge. And he left a suicide note saying that, he was, what was it? He had no more strength. And, with these new accusations, first of all, you had a city in an uproar that was already racist towards Black people. I want to know what took the brother that long to come forward when you knew what your brother did. And this one lady that's, I forgot her name. She did a seminar, and she's a white lady. She's against, it's anti-racism. There was a whole audience of white people. She asked these white people in the audience, she goes, Everybody says that they want racial equality. All you white women that are in the audience, raise your hand if you would like to be treated like the black people in our society. Not one white person in that audience raised their hand. And she said to them, she said, that just goes to show me you know what's going on, but you do nothing about it. And I was just like, when I saw that, I'm like, yes, that's the older white lady. Yes, that's her. I can't remember her name. I mean, you had people in this city running amok. It wasn't just the cops. Wasn't just the cops. It was normal, everyday citizens. That were attacking mothers and kids. They said a black man, not a black woman, not a black child, but a black man. I'm serious. This case pissed me off. Good morning, apply the pressure. Yep, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Then we have this Susan Smith, who's coming up for parole. Okay, she was sentenced to what, 29 or so years? 29 years for killing her sons. Again, a black man stole her car. That's her, Jane Elliott. Thank you. I couldn't remember her name. Again, a black man stole her car with her 2 kids in the car. Stole a car. Black man again. Goddamn black men. I'm gonna need you to stop stealing these white women cars and try to, hijack these white people, because we don't need you to be, a manhunt again. No, she did not get life for killing those babies. Hi, Real Deal. How are you? Hi, Jody. Hi, Stacy. Yep. So, Susan Smith, this was what, 94? 94. That's why I said, I think when I heard the Susan Smith case, I was living in Virginia Beach at the time. And I heard that case and I was like, wait a minute. What black man gonna steal a car with kids in it? Shit, most of them don't want to take care of their kids. Are you fucking kidding me? And those were my words. Same thing when I heard about the DC sniper. And they were saying, oh, the sniper in DC. And when I heard the neighborhoods that the sniper was going to, I said, first of all, and I said ain't. I did not say no. I said, ain't no white man going in those neighborhoods that time of night and not going to be recognized. I remember telling my sons, I said, that's a black man. They said, nope. I said, yep. And then you get the police chiefs on sniper. I said, that's a black man. Lo and behold, it was a black man. It was a black man. So back to Susan Smith. She's dating this guy, rich guy. They're having this affair. She's thinking it's going to lead to marriage. He doesn't want any kids. So he breaks off their relationship. What pissed me off is, good morning, my cousin Cranky. Good morning, my cousin. In case you guys don't know, Cranky is my cousin, and she's head of the usher board. Good morning. So anyway, she decides, instead of giving the kids to their father, she's going to pay her kids so she can be with this man. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that, maybe you do know, is that Susan's father committed S when she was like 6 or so. She tried a couple of times to commit F. Once when she was like, I think 13, and the other time she had just graduated high school. What a lot of people maybe don't know is that when her mother remarried, she and her stepfather were having an incestuous relationship. Yep, you're absolutely right. You point your finger at a black man, you're accusing every black man until you're found. Yeah, she's head of the usher board. Susan, I think you're not Susan. Cranky, I need you to pass the plate, Cranky. It's Sunday. I need donations. I need to put new light bulbs in. So she was having a relationship with her stepfather. She was having a relationship with her stepfather. I don't know if people knew that. Not only was she having a relationship with her stepfather, but she was also having an affair with another married man. She was having a pretty money. Yep, you're right. So again, well, they said he molested her at first, but then the affair kept going on until, what was it, months before she paid her kids. She was sleeping with the rich guy. She was sleeping with the stepfather, and she was actually messed up. She was messed up. Then you go, if you guys remember, it was all across the news. You see this white woman standing there crying and, and all of this other stuff. And then you see the ex-husband who looks totally devastated and lost while she's peeking at the cameras. And this was to get the sympathy, to garnish the sympathy of the guy she wanted to marry. You cage your kids behind a dick. And that's the way that I say it. You cage your kids behind a dick. She had time to, when she drove that car in that lake. Good morning, damn it, Mandy. When you had time to get those kids out of that car, you had time to think about the fact that you drove that car in that lake with those little boys strapped in that freaking car. Trapped in that car. And then we find out, they doubted her story from the beginning. But the problem was, you let her go on camera and state that a black man with a raspy voice, I remember that, a raspy voice, stole her car with her kids in it. I said, so what did he say? Yo, I'm going to take your kids and get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. What was that man's name? Tom, who was she? Tom, the guy that she wanted to be with, who broke off their relationship. And I don't think she planned it. I really don't. I think she just lost it because this man broke off her relationship. Yep, they let her run with that story, but but later we find out, they doubted it. But you put her on fucking national TV with this bullshit. National TV. And I was like, oh my God. Now, this is crazy. Whoo. What did she say? She said the light had turned red or whatever, and she had to stop. The guy came to the car. But let's remember, the guy didn't shoot her. And I'm sure the guy comes to the car door, comes to the window, you roll it down. I'm sure he sees there are 2 kids in the back seat. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I just not, I couldn't believe this shit. How long were those boys missing for? Was it 2 or 3 days? 2 or 3 days. Woo. Oh my God. They said they knew. They knew. They knew. But you let that story play on air. You never came on air and said, we have doubts that this is what happened. We have doubts that anyone was even involved in this. We have doubts that a black man would kidnap, go and carjack and steal this woman's kids. Now, if he would have, he would have noticed, hey, they got kids in this damn backseat. Yo, come get your kids. Come get your kids. Get the fuck out of here. And what led them to knowing where to look for the kids at was when she gave them, I think she was telling them the location. So that's when they started searching all of these lakes and stuff. But again, a black man. Good morning, Terry. Oh, real deal. I know you had hip replacement surgery. Did you have to have another surgery? I'm just done. Every time, and I'm saying this because when I hear the shit that's being said about MRE, not just I don't go to the other channel, so I don't know. But what I heard, you're putting a label on a man with no proof. You had a city in a neighborhood in Boston that was ravaged, that was just it. You ran through it, doing horrendous things to black people behind the word of what someone said without even investigating. Not even investigating. You don't run with what somebody says. As a police officer, you should know, you should have an open mind. You should look at everything. Again, when I first heard the case of a Carol Stewart, I said, why would they shoot the wife in the head? She's not driving. And shoot the husband in the stomach. Oh my God, Jody, thank you so much. It didn't make any sense to me. And I'm not even a fucking cop. When I heard Susan Smith's story, I'm not a cop. I knew something was missing here. But they said by the second day. By the second day. Yep. Yep. So I hear this shit, but I'm just like, and then what you got Dylan, what's his name? Ruth, that goes into a black church, open fire, killing these people. And they take him to see if he wants a sandwich or something. Do you want a sandwich? Do you want a sandwich? Are you thirsty? Why? It's a white man. It's a white man. Want to make sure he's okay. Cream, welcome to membership. Thank you. This shit is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And every time I watch these stories and I see this shit, I get pissed off. I really do. And when I was watching this HBO special, I said, oh my God, I remember this case. I remember this case. Completely remember that case. and what they did to that neighborhood in Boston. Oh, creaky. Yes, because Bambi is baking brownies and fudge. Okay. So Bambi has contributed today. She did the fudge and stuff. So Bambi is our she did all the desserts today. Oh, I'm sorry, XO. That's what we do for service, XO. This is our service. Oh, Stacey got the weed brownies, but I'm serious. And go watch it. It's on HBO. It's on HBO. It pissed me off just to watch that shit again. Then when I went, I said, oh, I need to find the police call. I need to find this call. I had to find that call. But in the title of it is called what is it called? Let me see. It's called, I'm trying to find it. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you what the name of this damn special is. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I had it pegged. Something about a murder in Boston, the Carol Stewart story, but it's on HBO. It's on HBO. But if you listen to that call, you don't hear him crying. Oh, it's called Murder in Boston, Roots, Rampage, and Reckoning. That's what it's called. But I'm telling you right now, it does not. And I was surprised that they did an accurate depiction of what happened at that time. They didn't sugarcoat it. They didn't make it seem like it was just a few. No, they hired 100 extra cops to go in and rampage these neighborhoods, especially Mission Hill. Good morning, Savage. How are you? You were feeding your squirrel. Savage, are you going live today? So again, you know, and if you watch any specials, especially when you have these experts, they're saying if you do, like you do a lineup, okay, everybody is going to see something different. Everybody's going to see something different. I remember the story of the black man that was arrested on the word of a woman that said he awed her. She described this man, everything else. Well, this man served, what, 20 years? Come to find out, he wasn't the one that did it. It was somebody else. And the guy confessed to it. And then they were like, oh, they look close. No, one was light-skinned and one was dark-skinned. You can't just go by some, you need to do an eyewitness. No. I may see somebody, I think his eyes are blue. You're going to tell me, no, they're like greenish. We're not seeing the same thing. Not everybody focuses on the same thing. So anyway, I want to show you this too, because there are some crazy ass cases that are going on. But I just wanted to discuss that because when I watched that, I was so pissed off when that brought that back to what happened then and how it destroyed people and their families. Hi, Remy. Good morning. Yes, the Central Park 5. Oh, my God. Pretty Monita, thank you. These 5 young men talking about they are this woman. And then they got one young man was so confused, he started confessing to shit he never even did. Oh, my God. Thank you, Monita. I'm definitely going to have to do that one, too. It's just outrage. And they had this young man, oh, if you tell us what happened, you can go home. I need to pull that damn interrogation tape. This is crazy. The Karen Red case out of Canton, Mass is insane. I'm going to have to look at that. Yep, ruined their lives and their families. This young man wanted to go home. He's confessing to shit they never even did. Monita, thank you for bringing that back to my attention. Thank you. I'm nobody's activist. I don't. When the stuff happened with George Floyd, I remember I was going downtown Houston. My son called me. He said, don't take your ass down there. And that's my son, who's an agent. He said, don't go down there. That night, they were fire hosing people, using rubber bullets, everything. My sister-in-law went to school with George and his sister. Yep, I want a lawyer. Yep. So is that the one about Emmett Till? Is that Emmett Till? The white woman just died. And they knew she lied. Beat that young man to death. Over a word of a white woman because she said he looked at her or touched her. And he never did no such thing. Joseph Hawkins, I remember that too. I remember Joseph Hawkins too. Oh, Juanita, you're going to have to come up with me. Khalif Browder, I wish your story had received better coverage. I think I remember that story too. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to write that one down, but I think I remember that story as well. Hold on. Let me write that one down. But yes, I remember Joseph Hawkins. And then the one that just recently occurred about the white cop in Dallas that said the black man had broken into her apartment when she was actually in his apartment, but they had an argument and he didn't like her. And she actually went in there and shot this man and trying to act like he was in her apartment. Got you, girl. Got you. Got you. Yes, got you. Got you. I didn't believe that one either when I heard it. Then you got the young man that was done at jogging. They decided he was, why? Because he was checking out a house that was being built. Get the fuck out of here. Yes, I think that was these Rikers. But this is sad. This is really, 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 really sad. But I'm just like, this shit has to stop. But I'm going to show you this one story real quick. And this is courtroom drama. This is courtroom drama. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, let's yes, follow this man. And they want to videotape it. Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me? I'm glad they all got it. All of them got it. They deserved it. Even if you filmed it, you needed to go to. Don't care. Father, son, neighbor. Don't give a shit. I didn't give a shit. But let's look at these court. There's this black guy whose mother was Cade. And let me show you what happened in the courtroom when her boyfriend decided to hold on. Is this the one? Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's make sure this is bigger so you guys can see it. Hold on. Let me make this a full screen. Let me take this comment down. Oh my God, girl, you had a ball last night. You enjoyed your birthday. Yep. That was in Georgia. They got convicted and they needed to be. I was watching that case. Here we go.
Day to run Elizabeth off the road with his car before opening fire on her as she leaves. The 62-year-old Ohio man is appearing at Youngstown Court for sentencing after pleading guilty to the murder of his ex-partner, 46-year-old Elizabeth Pledger Stuart. Williams details the grisly events of the premeditated murder, telling the judge how he picked the perfect time of day to run Elizabeth off the road with his car before opening fire on her as she stood on the sidewalk, shooting her repeatedly. The atmosphere is palpable as Williams gives his account, and it's about to get a whole lot crazier in the courtroom.
Those are her sons. Those are her sons. This is in the courtroom.
In case you missed it, we'll slow it down for you. Watch the courtroom officer pushing Williams to safety as Elizabeth's son, Anthony, seen in the black sweatshirt, lunges across the table towards the man who murdered his mother. Despite two officers trying to restrain him, he manages to land a punch on Williams and drag him to the ground. Anthony then falls backward and the two men wrestle as the female officer grabs her taser. With the brawl kicking off in the blink of an eye, it's easy to miss Anthony's brother, Jerome, who can be seen here in red. He swoops in to help, but is quickly pinned to the wall by an officer. However, he wriggles free and throws himself into the melee on the floor. While this is going on, Elizabeth's daughter hops up and down in a distressed state, screaming at her brothers to stop. After some fumbling, the female officer manages to remove her taser from its holster and deploys it on Anthony, forcing him into submission. Meanwhile, Jerome continues to beat Williams before finally being pulled away by a male officer. Williams is rushed out of the courtroom by officers before the situation escalates any further, and Jerome is placed in handcuffs. As he lays there, he offers some justification for the attack. Williams is eventually sentenced to 23 years to life for the murder of Elizabeth Pledger Stuart, while her sons, Anthony and Jerome, are charged with assault, contempt of court, and obstructing official business. The attack on Williams by family members of his victim may seem like fair retribution to some people, but unfortunately, it isn't always the bad guy that ends up on the receiving end of violence in the courtroom, like in the case of Joshua Harding. It's a tense moment for 35-year-old Harding, who's appearing at the Veterans Memorial Courthouse in Michigan on sexual assault charges.
I just want to say this. When I was looking at those cases, it just reminded me of that boat ramp brawl that just happened. When it was reported in the news, it was made to seem like a lot of black people got together and just decided to beat on this white people. When you see the actual video, you see, but the boat captain would, the boat worker, he was charged recently as well. But they put that out, made it seem like black people going wild just decided to beat on a whole bunch of white people. No, that's not what happened. They decided to punch him. He threw the hat up in the air and everybody came running. Brother was swimming from across the thing over there, his co-worker. But when they put it on the news, they made it seem like it was a whole bunch of black people that just decided to start beating on some poor, innocent white people. I'm sorry. Yes, I have that one, and I'm going to do the update on Caitlin Rose as well. I have that one, and Caitlin Rose as well. Yes, I have it. I have it, Corn's mom. I have it. So I was just like, I was pissed off. So when I saw that, I started digging, and that's when I found that video of exactly what happened.
He shuffles nervously from foot to foot as the jury file back into the courtroom to deliver their verdict. The case is being prosecuted by Ingham County Prosecutor Jonathan Roth, who stands beside his female co-counsel at the other desk. Harding has a history of similar offenses, and if he's found guilty, it's looking likely that he'll go down for a long time. However, he doesn't want to wait around to hear his fate.
Look at this.
He won't believe what happens next. Watch carefully as Harding's right hand slips up his left sleeve.
Now, why
where he has concealed a makeshift prison shank.
Why was
he blink of an eye, he lunges across the room toward Roth, bearing down on him with the rough blade. Roth is saved only by the lightning-fast reflexes of the Meridian Township detective on his right, who spots Harding on the move and jumps in front of the prosecutor, tackling his attacker with impressive agility. Harding is brought to the ground by the detective, and with some help from a number of other officers, he's eventually disarmed. Roth can be seen here looking understandably flustered, but thanks to the quick actions of the detective, the prosecutor was ultimately unhurt. Harding later tells police that he fully intended on killing Roth with the shank. He is sentenced to 19 years for the sexual assault charges.
Look at
It's a further 30 to 60-year consecutive sentence for assault with the intent to murder Jonathan Roth, meaning he will serve almost 5 decades in prison before
he was going to murder the prosecutor because he prosecuted him for R. Get the hell out of here. Get
or
out
he
of
will
here.
be eligible for release.
Yeah,
Unprovoked
he was
attacks like
fine.
Harding's are thankfully rare, but serve as a stark reminder to deputies in the courtroom to be on guard at all times. However, sometimes
Now look
even
at
the
this
judge can end up being victimized by the very person that they are trying to protect the public from, like in the case of Melissa Hardwick. Hardwick is in family court in Kentucky before Judge Jennifer Edwards after her estranged partner filed a domestic violence complaint against her. The ex-partner begins to give his testimony to the judge, but after just a few sentences, Hardwick becomes belligerent and starts interrupting in a volatile manner.
That.
Our personal life is your business. It has nothing to do with
Miss Hardwick.
Judge Edwards issues a clear warning to the increasingly irate Hardwick.
No.
You will be held in contempt of this court if you become disruptive.
I don't care.
But it falls on deaf ears, and Hardwick continues her tirade.
I don't care. I haven't done anything to this court. I haven't done anything to him.
Tired of the woman's lack of respect in her courtroom, the judge decides to put an end to the matter with a contempt charge, and you won't believe how Hardwick reacts.
She will be arrested for contempt of
It doesn't
court.
make any difference.
You will serve 10 days for contempt of court. Go now.
Man, he's coming for the judge.
Judge Edwards hands down a 10-day sentence for contempt of court, but as she directs the deputies to remove Hardwick from the courtroom, the woman erupts in a fit of violence. Watch as she throws herself at the bench, lunging across the desk in an attempt to grab Judge Edwards before being taken down by 2 court deputies. Despite the near miss, the judge seems unfazed, even as Hardwick continues to scream and resist arrest. As she is eventually hauled from the courtroom by the officers, Hardwick issues a verbal threat to Judge Edwards.
He said, wait and see. Fuck you.
However, the judge is having none of it. She lets the clerk know that she will be filing criminal charges against Hardwick for her threats and behavior in court.
A new judge will have to be appointed to represent her, because she will be charged criminally for the threats that were made in open court today.
Ultimately, Judge Edwards orders that the domestic violence charges filed by Hardwick's husband would stand.
You can see
separate
she's
criminal
violent.
proceedings,
Now,
Hardwick is sentenced to 100.
let me ask y'all, who does that remind y'all of being violent? Who does that? But I don't think GB would actually go that far. But, you know, she served 120 days.
120 days in jail for contempt of court. She also pleads guilty to intimidating a participant in the legal process. But she avoids any further jail time by agreeing to a court-ordered diversion program for 5 years. Faced with Melissa Hardwick's errant behavior, Judge Edwards keeps her cool remarkably well. But sometimes, courtroom antics get so crazy that they resemble a soap opera, and nobody knows this better than Judge William Bo Leach. Judge Leach is presiding over a hearing at the Owsley County Courthouse in Boonville, Kentucky. Before him is Shane Bird, who was accused of driving under the influence during an incident which resulted in a young woman being injured. The hearing has been uneventful so far, the defendant agreeing to pay a $500 restitution fine to the woman who was injured as a result of his actions. Judge Leach is satisfied with the outcome and is ready to move on to the next case of the day. Unbeknownst to him, there's a situation simmering in the public gallery that's just about to reach boiling point. What happens next is something the judge has never seen before. The blonde lady in the back row here is the defendant's wife, Ingrid Bird, while the dark-haired lady in the row in front of her is Peggy Gabbard, mother of the woman who Shane Bird has just been ordered to pay restitution to. It seems the pair aren't on the best of terms. Judge Leach moves the call to the next case on his list, but suddenly, all hell breaks loose in the gallery. In case you missed it, here it is again. Watch as Ingrid Bird holds Peggy Gabbard on an outstretched arm as the pair scuffle. Gabbard then catches Bird with her left hand while landing a solid right fist down on Bird's face, knocking the blonde woman backwards. A number of deputies can be seen running up the aisle towards the commotion, while the remaining gallery members look on in a mixture of shock and bemusement. The woman in the striped shirt bypasses the sheriff's deputies, and as they move to restrain Ingrid Bird, this woman jumps to her defense and shouts at Gabbard. The tension continues to rise. Incredibly, even Shane Bird himself gets involved, walking up the aisle of the gallery to see what's going on. The women continue to hurl insults at each other as Ingrid Bird is dragged away by officers. And as she exits the courtroom, peace is finally restored. But the situation isn't over yet. Judge Leach is furious at the unruly conduct, and he knows he needs to exercise his authority with full rigor to reestablish order in his courtroom. He pinpoints the woman with the striped shirt, directing her to the jury box, while he looks toward the court deputies to identify and apprehend anyone else who was involved in the melee.
You need to go to the jury box. Who else was involved in that fight?
Judge Leach singles out the defendant and berates him, also sending him to the jury box.
All right, Shane Bird, you got up out of the jury box, and I told you not to.
Oh, damn.
They're saying that was your wife.
In a show of command, he sentences everyone involved to 30 days in jail for contempt and has some stern words for them before they are led away.
Damn.
Everybody that was in that's getting 30 days in jail on contempt.
Ultimately, 4 people are charged with contempt arising from the brawl. Ingrid Bird also receives an additional charge of assault. Before continuing with the day's caseload, Judge Leach issues a stern warning to everyone else in the courtroom before finally normal service resumes.
Damn.
Breaks out anything today, you're going to get 6 months in jail on contempt. If you all want to try me, you wait and see if you don't get.
Margraves is in court to see the sentencing of disgraced gymnastics doctor Larry Nassar. Nassar is at the end of.
Now, we remember this one. I should have did this one first. But you remember this is the doctor that was accused of taking advantage of all of these gymnasts that was on the Olympic teams. This is the doctor right here.
A lengthy trial where he was found guilty of grooming and sexually assaulting hundreds
of young
elite gymnasts
I heard about
over the span of 2 decades when he worked as a sports medicine osteopathic physician. It's day 9 of the sentencing hearing before Eaton County Circuit Judge Janice Cunningham, and more than 150 athletes have turned up to give their harrowing impact statements.
Simone Biles also
impacted women, children, and families.
And the mothers were in there sometimes.
Races and walks of life.
So tensions are already running high in the courtroom. Margraves' 3 daughters are victims of Nassar, and 2 of them have just given their victim impact statements to the court. So he's understandably upset when he interrupts the proceedings, asking the judge if he can have the chance to speak.
Judge, would a distraught father have a chance to say something?
Go ahead.
Given his calm and collected demeanor, the judge gives him permission to address the court. He begins by swearing at Nassar. Judge Cunningham quickly reprimands him for doing so, though she is considerate of his anger.
We don't want to swear. We don't want to have profanity.
Look at the daughter smirking. Between smirking and
because the father of 3 maintains his composure, the judge allows him to continue, but she warns him against using profanity again.
And if you need to say something to help you, I'm more than willing to let you say something. But in a courtroom, we don't use profanity. But
with remarkable daring, Margrave makes a stunning appeal to Judge Cunningham. He wants to be given 5 minutes alone in a room with Nassar, whom he calls a demon.
Yep. He wanted 5 minutes with him.
To grant me 5 minutes in the locked room with this demon.
Listen to the muffled laughter in the courtroom as the judge politely declines his request. However, Margraves is undeterred, and he repeats his request, this time asking for just 1 minute.
Would you give me 1 minute?
He still appears totally calm and collected, but something has shifted slightly, and one of his daughters seems to pick up on this as she whispers a plea for her father to stop.
you know that I can't do that.
What happens next is beyond belief. Out of the blue, Margraves sprints towards Nassar, throwing himself at the table between the 2 men. In a split-second reaction, Nassar's defense attorney and a quick-thinking sheriff's deputy leap in front of Nassar, deflecting Margraves' attempt to get to the convict. A second officer grabs Margraves from behind, pulling him to the ground as Nassar is swept from his chair and out of the courtroom to safety. Deputies pile onto Margraves on the ground as he finally shows his loss of composure. Struggling beneath them, shouting again that he just wants 1 minute with Nassar.
Mandy!
They cuff him, and with Margraves back to his former calm self, he asks the deputies a thought-provoking question. The reaction of the bespectacled deputy here suggests that his own reaction wouldn't be too far from that of Margraves. Margraves is walked from the court flanked by guards, one of whom can be seen patting him supportively on the shoulder. District Attorney Angela Pavlidis can be heard addressing the court in the background, and Margraves shoots her a sharp comment as he is let out.
Margrave's frustration, but you cannot do this.
You haven't lived through it, lady.
The event causes consternation in the court, and with many victims still waiting to give their impact statement, Pavlidis issues them with a very strong warning.
I don't want to see another parent get arrested or put handcuffs on or a victim.
After a brief recess, Margraves is brought back in front of Judge Cunningham, looking more relaxed now. Judge Cunningham lays out the potential penalties of Margraves' behavior.
That I could give you a jail sentence. I could fine you up to $7,500.
But she's not.
I could order any costs or expenses associated with the proceeding.
But then goes on to sympathize with him as a fellow parent.
I can see that absolutely creating an anger and a rage so great that any parent would want to do physical harm. So I understand that.
Margraves addresses the judge, explaining his actions and apologizing profusely to the court and the officers who had to deal with his outburst.
I'd like to apologize to everyone in the courtroom and all the officers.
Oh, Grady Judd just arrested 2 other teachers for the same thing. Soliciting and grooming young women. Ooh. I'm so sorry, Sabatia. Ooh, my dad died.
Judge Cunningham accepts his apology, and no further charges are brought against Margraves, who ultimately becomes something of a hero for his actions. Larry Nassar eventually receives a sentence of 175 years in federal prison for his heinous crimes.
You will serve 40 to 125 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections.
Unfortunately, not all courtroom attacks are in the name of well-deserved revenge, and some, like the case of Michael Cox Jr., challenge the whole justice system. Cox has just been found guilty of criminal sexual contact of a minor under the age of 13 by an Otero County jury. The trial is about to conclude, and the jury members are still sitting when Cox's defense attorney and deputy district attorney, Scott Key, approach the judge for a bench conference to verify the guilty verdict. Cox keeps his head down, but his rising frustration is evident from the twitching of his seat. Both attorneys turn to go back to their seats, with Key, who can be seen here in the dark suit, leading the way. What happens next is a shocking reminder of the dangers that prosecutors face in the course of their work.
That's a weird little courtroom, too.
The incident happens so quickly that it takes a few seconds for his own stunned defense attorney to realize what's happening. With Key on the ground, Cox pounces on him, beating him as court deputies rush to pull him off. Watch as members of the public gallery flock to see what's happening, prompting Judge Jerry Ritter to run from his bench and direct the deputy to clear the gallery. Here's a closer look. Judge Ritter is ushering the public out of the gallery as a flailing Scott Key is lifted from the floor. Once back on his feet, Key makes a move toward Cox, but he's pulled back to the center of the courtroom, where he removes his jacket. Meanwhile, 2 sheriff's deputies can be seen restraining Cox on the ground as he continues to struggle against them. They eventually manage to cuff him, and they lift him to his feet and over to a chair at the side of him.
My thing is, why are you attacking the prosecutor for the crime that you committed? I don't get these people. Don't do the crime if you can't do the fucking time.
Room as Judge Ritter returns to the bench. Meanwhile, he regains his composure and tidies the mess around his desk. In the end, Cox receives an 18-year sentence for the charge of sexual conduct with a minor, and his loss of control in the courtroom sees him hit with a further 6.5 years in prison. Cox's actions in the courtroom came totally out of the blue, but sometimes a defendant's actions throughout the trial are so abominable that it's no surprise when they take any opportunity they can to attack. One such case is Joseph Zeeler. Zeeler is on trial in Florida for what has become known as the 1990 babysitter cold case, which 11-year-old Robin Cornell and 32-year-old Lisa Story were assaulted and murdered by an intruder who snuck into the Cape Coral condominium where the pair were sleeping. DNA was collected from the scene at the time, but there were no live matches in the system. However, in 2009, Florida introduced a law which stated that anyone arrested for a felony had to have DNA taken, and in 2016, that law was enforced on Joseph Zeeler after he was arrested for aggravated battery on his own son. When uploaded to the national database, Zeeler's DNA was found to match the sample taken from the 1990 crime scene, and he was subsequently arrested and charged with the murders. Zeeler's conduct has been particularly callous throughout the trial. While giving testimony in his own defense, Zeeler called Robin Cornell's mother, Jan, a pig.
I slept with Jan Cornell and Leanne Deller, and they were just too much of a pig not to wash their sheets.
It also emerged that following his arrest, he sent Jan 3 letters threatening retribution on her if the case went ahead.
And that letter was addressed to who, sir?
J.G. Batista and family. So I was trying to send it to everybody.
The whole Batista family?
Yes.
He sat remorseless through the proceedings, repeatedly locking eyes with Jan from the defense table in an attempt to intimidate her. Thankfully, Zeeler is found guilty on all counts.
We, the jury, unanimously find that the first-degree murder was especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel. Yes.
Today is his sentencing hearing, where the 61-year-old will find out if he has been sentenced to death or not. Shockingly, Zeeler, whose rotting teeth had been prominent throughout his trial, is wearing a veneer in his mouth that has the word killer etched across it in marker. With all of this in mind, trial spectators have become accustomed to his disgusting antics, but what happens next still rocks the courtroom to the core. Shirley approaches him, leaning over so that his client can whisper into his ear, but instead, Zeeler draws back his right shoulder and swiftly delivers a blow to Shirley's forehead with his elbow. In case you missed it, here it is again. Watch as the 2 court deputies pounce on Zeeler, pinning him to the floor as he protests their force. Thankfully, his attorney is unharmed and remarkably unfazed by the attack as he calmly takes his seat, telling the judge that he has taken better shots than that in the past.
I used to box. I've taken a lot better shots than that.
Judge Robert Banning later denies Zeeler's motions for a retrial, instead sentencing him to death.
The court concludes that under the laws of the state of Florida, the defendant has forfeited his right to live.
Following the ruling, Zeeler addresses the court to protest.
Florida, Texas, Florida, Texas, and Louisiana do not play. Do not play. They will give you death quicker than you can say hut you.
Test his innocence, saying that he had nothing to do with the murders, but his pleas fall on deaf ears. His attorney, Kevin Shirley, later recounts the incident to waiting reporters, praising the speed and actions of the bailiffs.
He acted like he didn't want our conversation to get picked up by the microphone. So he waved me down, so I bent over, and he struck me. And the bailiffs were extremely quick to respond, and they eliminated any future threat.
It's not often that we see killers as callous and brutal as Zeeler getting the chance to launch a courtroom attack. And more often than not, despite their violent crimes, it's the criminal who's on the receiving end of the physical violence, like in the case of Michael Madison. Serial killer Madison is in court today before Judge Nancy McDonnell for sentencing, after he was found guilty of murdering 3 young women in East Cleveland. The bodies of his victims, Sherelda Terry, Angela Deskins, and Shatisha Shiel, were found concealed in a garage shared by Madison at his apartment building. The gruesome discovery was made after a television cable worker noticed a rancid smell in the area. He called police to investigate. All of Madison's victims had been strangled to death. Madison has shown no remorse throughout his trial, and his behavior is in question as soon as he enters the court today, giving the finger to the courtroom camera. As the hearing progresses, he is seen grinning and smirking at times. Judge McDonnell ultimately sentences him to death by lethal injection.
Accordingly, the sentence of death is imposed upon the defendant, Michael Madison, on counts 1, 4, and 7.
Madison sits impassively as the families of his victims read their impact statements, seemingly unaffected by the despair he has caused and the fact that he is now facing death for his crimes.
Right now, I guess we're supposed to, in our hearts, forgive this clown. Who's touched our families.
However, as Van Terry, father of 18-year-old Sherelda, turns to look at Madison during his impact statement, he becomes absolutely incensed to see the killer smirking back at him, and you won't believe what happens next. Terry bolts towards Madison, diving across the table to grab him. Incredibly, this makes Madison grin ever harder, and as court deputies rush to subdue Terry, Madison's face says it all. He's clearly enjoying the drama of the moment as his seat is pushed quickly out of the way of Terry's grappling arms. In case you missed it, here's the unbelievable moment again.
Look, I thought he had him. I really did.
Terry is flanked by officers and family members as they all try to restrain him. Meanwhile, Madison is led from the courtroom by a female deputy, still smirking, As he glances around at the chaotic scene behind him, still
ass.
enraged, Van Terry shouts after Madison before being carried through the other courtroom exit by a number of court officers and civilian supporters. He was later released without charge and spoke to a local news outlet to explain his actions, saying that he turned to look at the man who killed his daughter, and when he saw Madison breaking into a grin, he simply lost his mind.
But when I turned around and looked at him, and he hit me with that grin, I lost my mind.
Yep.
Michael Madison is currently sitting on death row at Southern Ohio Correctional Facility in Lucasville, though no execution date has been set for him as of yet.
We need to set an execution date. It's time for him to go. So I'm going to get out of here, but I wanted to let you know, too, that I am following the Sergio Brown case. You remember his mother was found down by the water. He was missing. He was saying that the FBI and everybody else, but he was charged with his mom's murder. So I am following that as well. But I have enjoyed talking with you guys. I really, really have. I couldn't be pretty Juanita. I couldn't be an officer either. Okay, grass toucher. Did not ask you not to put my relationship with Jimmy out on blast. Please don't say this. No one's supposed to know. I am going to let you know. I think I'm going to do that. Let's see. Probably this week sometime. Let me see how my schedule looks, please. Let me just see how my schedule looks. I can't. Oh, Aesop's. It's okay. But so today I'm gonna cook what is it? I did kill his red beans like late yesterday, so I didn't have to do them this morning. Good morning, peace and struggle. I'm only announcing it to a few close people in the chat. Don't say nothing though. So I did Kayla's hi Wyatt Earp. I did Kayla's red beans late yesterday. She wanted, I'm gonna fry her some of those little chicken wing drumettes, and I'm gonna be done. And I'm going to be relaxing for the rest of the day. I will see you guys in Savage. I think Bambi is still live. I'm going to head back over to Bambi's for a while. If Savage goes live, if Savage goes live, I'll see you guys in there. But I thank you for being here. Pretty Monita, thank you for coming over. I really, really appreciate that. For everybody, you guys have a great, before I get out of here, hold on a second. Bambi, thank you for becoming a member. Jody, thank you for passing the plate with Cranky. Cree, thank you for renewing your membership. And Cranky, thank you for the bake sale in the lobby. We still have stuff in the lobby that's available. We have the hi Jenny again. We do have our brownies that's infused with cannabis. We have all kinds of stuff in the lobby. Feel free to go over, see Cranky Granny, pick up some stuff, leave a tip. We appreciate you guys coming in again. Happy Sunday. And I'm going to see what my schedule is this week, but Thursday I am going to go live and do cocktails. And then I won't be live again for like a week or so. Well, I'll probably do a couple of lives from Vegas with Danny and Crazy Cat and Mama, but just to show you the things that we're doing. And yes, Bambi baked her heart. She baked her heart out today. But hi, Claudia. I'm getting ready to get out of here, but we'll probably do a couple of lives while we're in Vegas, just to show you guys the sights. Not sure if we're able to film in the Mob Museum or not, but if we are, we would definitely be doing that to take you guys on a tour of the Mob Museum. Hold on. Let me get Bambi's channel for you. Hold on. And then Jesse Roth. I want to drop Jesse Roth's channel as well. So we can, I think she's like at 500, but this is Bambi's channel. Hold on, let me get in here. That's Bambi's channel right there. I don't know if Pretty Monita has a channel or not. Oh, okay, Pretty Monita. I wasn't sure because I went before and I never even tried to film it. Yep, and we're gonna see. I think we can film Bruno. We just have to make sure that we can because I see his concerts and stuff are all over IG. Well, can we get Pretty Monita's channel too and drop that one? And I need to get, there it is, Mind Your Business. There you go. Mind Your Business. That is the channel. Oh, I thought that was Chris Capello's. Okay, Mind Your Business is Jesse Roth's channel. And then we need Pretty Monita. What's your channel's name so I can find it, sweetie, so I can drop it? And we always drop, we got to drop Savage's channel too. Claudia, you don't have a channel. You have a channel? Thank you for dropping Pretty Monita's channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Nope, that one's not working. Nope, I have it. I have it. I have it. Got it. I just subbed to Pretty Monita's channel. Claudia, you have a channel? I didn't know that, Claudia. Hold on, let me go look. Can we see if we can get Claudia's channel, please? And then all of us in here know where Savage is at, but I'm still going to drop Savage's link again. Hold on a second. Let me go out of here. I need Savage's link too. There we go. Savage Speaks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, thank you guys so much. Bambi's channel I just dropped. So my videos are pre-recorded videos. Pretty Monita, I'm gonna have to get you on panel so we can discuss the so we can do the Central Park 5. We definitely, I would love to have you on panel. I really, really would. I really, really would. So thank you guys so much. You guys have a great Sunday. I will see you. No problem, Pretty Monita. I will see you guys later. I'm heading back over to Bambi so I can chill in there and just, and I really do. I enjoy Bambi's live streams. I really do. And so I hope you guys get a chance to go check her out. She does some pretty good stuff. So I would definitely see you guys later. Bye. We're going to go. Oh, no, I can't play winning because that'll be too rude to play winning if I do that. But you know what? Frick it. We're going out winning, okay? We're going to go out winning. Fuck it. We're going out winning. We always win. Bye, guys.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gonna feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times. Cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'ma be fine. Need time and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings, I'ma be fine. Need time and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason.